Hi there, in this video we'll look at using Sharimg as a player. So I'm going to log into the platform. What I see first are the folders that are on the Sharimg account. When I see a number, this means that there's something inside that folder that I can review. So for example, if I click here on this folder called Rugby, there's two things that I can review. So inside here I can see the two video files that I've got access to. If you click on one of these, it will take you to the page where you can start to play this video. So you can simply press the play icon and you'll start playing the video. You have volume controls here to go full screen. Also, if you're not using a computer with a keyboard, you've got all these touch controls that you can use as well. So forward 5 seconds and back 5 seconds. You can also increase your playback speeds here. So you'll see that I'm now going at 2.5 speeds. Or I can jump this back to 1 speed, which is normal, or I can go half speed as well. To increase the speed, I just go back here. If you are using a computer, you can make use of playback controls on your keyboard. So spacebar is play and pause. If you press the right arrow, you'll jump forwards 5 seconds. If you press the left arrow, you'll jump back 5 seconds. If you press B for Betty, each time you press it, it's changing this playback speed. So I've pressed B and it's gone up to 3 speed. If I want to reduce this, I press V for Viennetta. So I jump back and I'm back to 1 speed. So spacebar for play and pause, right and left arrow keys for skipping back and forth in your video. So that's playing back our video. What we've also got over here are some more options to look at. So let's first take a look at public comments. So here I could type something. And if I type a comment here, this is a comment that everyone who's got access to this video can see. You can also add private comments, so obviously different to public comments if you just want to send it to specific people. So firstly, click this pencil tool and choose who you're going to send the comment to. So I'm selecting my admin user here. And I'm going to say, I think this, what do you think? And we press send. So we can have a private comment back and forth with our coach. If there are documents that have been uploaded to this video, like images or other files for us to download, you'll find them here. And finally, there's a highlights tool, which we're going to look at later on. If we jump back here to analysis, this is a tool that if analysis has been uploaded to the video, you've got the ability to jump to specific clips. And you can do that by opening up an analysis. So the easiest way to do it, if I say single analysis here, is click on this area which is now highlighted, which is the name of the analysis. When you do that, it's going to open up a new tab and you come to an area that's called your matrix. So in here, you're going to be able to review the categories and the descriptors, which is the information that's come from the analysis done in Export that's been uploaded. So down the left here are your categories, which are going to be your video clips, and the descriptors is extra information. So this is a rugby example. If I wanted to watch all of our own lineouts, I could just click this column, this row, sorry, that says lineout own. And I'm going to play back all those clips. So a video player opens up. We've got all our playback controls again, but I also have a skip button, so I can skip to the next clip in the list. You can, if you want to, just scroll down and tap these ones to play the different ones as well. So let's close that playback window now. Something else, rather than clicking a whole row or a whole column, I can come to a specific number. So for example, if I wanted to see our possessions that were from a turnover, so I've followed this line across, from a turnover 15, I click that and now I'm going to see those 15 specific clips. A useful process you can do here if you're looking at some clips and think, oh, I really want to save that to review later. If you select a clip here, you can press send to highlight. And we'll come to this later on. But what you can also do is select multiple clips. So I might select these 3 and I'm going to send these to a highlight as well. So that's the playback of our matrix, of our analysis. And we've also then sent some clips to the highlights. So let's go back to our main video here and we'll look closer at our highlights. So when I have a video open, if highlights are enabled for me, I'm going to see this icon. If you can't see this icon, your admin users, your coaches for example, haven't enabled highlights on this video, so it's something that they would need to do first. So once you click here, you can play back your video, and when you see something that you want to create, you're going to press this button to start the register. So let's think about those playback controls. If, let's say, I wanted to watch that line out, I might now press the left arrow key to jump back to where I want. When I want to start that register, I could pause the video and press the record icon, or it could be playing and I can press here. So the red one now turns to a stop and I can see the start time. And when I've got enough of that clip that I need, okay, so I might now pause it here and press stop. I've created a clip that's at this time in the video, 3 minutes and 41 seconds to 3 minutes and 50. I can add a bit more time here if I want, a couple of seconds. You have to put a name in for the clip. And if you want to, you can add some notes to that clip. So when you've done that, press add. And you've now got a clip here building up in the list. So let's jump forwards and go and make another clip. So I'm going to press start register. Okay, we've seen something there. We pause and I'm going to stop it. This time it's not a line out example, so I could say handling error. Obviously the point of this is to make clips about things that you want to review or perhaps have your coaches review with you. Type some notes and then press add. And you can see these clips are lining up down here. So line out example and handling error. If you don't want one of these clips, so I've clicked it here to watch again, you could just press the delete key. The important thing that you have to do to save these clips to your highlights is press this button that says send to highlight. And there's a notice here that these will be lost if you close the page first. So we click send to highlight. So what we've looked at here from one video is opening up the matrix to review the analysis, pick out some clips and send to our highlights. We've also come to the highlights area and created our own clips. So how do you now go and review these highlights that you've done? So up in the top window, you have a presentation button here and I can click highlights. In this new window, this is your username that shows up here. And these are the videos that you've created highlights on. So I'm just going to select this video now and now press view clips. And I'm going to see the 8 clips, the 8 highlights which I've created here. So I can see the number of those clips in the order, the name of the clip, the video that it's from, and also who created it. Because what you can have here are clips that are created by others. All you have to do to view these clips is click on them and you're going to watch them back. If you've created a clip and you no longer want it, for example, these were some highlights that I added from the matrix, I could press my tick box here, press options and then delete that clip. So we're going to delete that clip. The other thing I could do is if I press the tick box, I could press options, edit, and what I can do here is change the name of the clip so I can make it something that's more relatable to me, and I can add some notes as well. This is for changing the text color that's going to overlay. This is the background color that's overlaid. And you can apply an edit to multiple clips. So I could select all 3 of those, press options, edit, and change the color and the background of those. What you can also do though is open up your highlights from multiple games. So if I now select both of these and press view clips, I'm now seeing my highlights from all of those games. What you'll also see here is if I scroll down, where it shows Josh Bryan Sport A1, these are clips which have been added by my admin user, for example, the coach. So you'd see a name that you recognize there. You can watch these clips. So perhaps your coach has sent something for you to review that you're looking at in your highlights here. If they've done that, the only thing to bear in mind is that you cannot delete or edit those clips that have been added. So the highlights area is where you're predominantly going to be viewing the clips that you've created yourself, but you can also review clips which have been added to your highlights from admin users. So let's go back to the Sharimg main menu again. And if we come up here to presentations, rather than going to highlights now, we're going to look at presentations. So these are things that your coaches have created for you. So down here you'll see the presentations which have been shared with you. So if I now go and click on a presentation, it opens up an environment that has lists on the left hand side and then clips on the right hand side. So this is a list called lineouts, and I can see there's 25 registers in there and how long it lasts. And I can now just click these clips and go and watch them. I can see any descriptors, which is extra analysis information inside of them, and any notes if they're ones that were added in there as well. So this is an area where you can review the presentations that have been created and shared to you from your coaches. Finally, we're going to come here to the analysis area. So what we did initially was we looked at a single video. So we opened this one here and we went and looked at the analysis for that game. But you can look at multiple game analysis at one time. So if we click on analysis, I could now, for example, select both of these games. So with that tick box. So rather than clicking on the name and opening up that single game at once, I can tick box both of these, and now I could press full matrix. This matrix that I'm going to see now is the clips from both of these games. So for example, if I click line out own, I'm going to see all the line outs from these games. The thing to bear in mind here is that when we were looking at an individual game before and creating a matrix, we were able to send the clips to our highlights, which is fine when you're working at one game at a time. But in this scenario, where we've got clips from multiple games, you don't have that ability. You can only do it for one game at a time. But this is really useful if you want to watch specific moments from multiple games. So we select the games that we want to see our analysis for, and we click on full matrix. If you want to go even deeper, you do have this option of register search. So once you've selected multiple games or a single game and you click register search, this is really useful if you know all the coding that's done for you, the names of the categories and descriptors, or perhaps if you've got individual analysis up here, so you could go and find your name if you've got a clip on there. So let's imagine this is your name. That's the name of the category, and then you can choose multiple descriptors. So I could say, for example here, are possessions from a set piece and where we then kicked it. So I'm looking for specific clips that have these multiple descriptors in. So if you've been given individual analysis, it might be your name and then a tackle positive or attacking moment negative. And this just shows you the specific clips from those games that have that category and those descriptors, and you can now go and watch those specific moments. So if you know the analysis that's being provided to you, this is a really useful tool for you to go and find specific moments. So just to review, you've got your folders here that will show you how to get to videos. You can watch them back and make use of those playback controls. You can have comments, you can look at documents, you can create highlights, you can add clips from Matrix, which is the analysis, to your own highlights. You can review presentations that have been shared with you. And if there is analysis up there, you can look at multiple games at once to find specific clips so that you can review them back easily as well.